Hi, I'm August Keller, and this is my review of Monkey Man. So, I like this movie. I don't love it, but I do like it. I think it's a bit messy, but it's ambitious. It really has a lot of effort, passion, heart, and enthusiasm put into it. It makes mistakes, has some things that could be better, but all in all, it's trying and it succeeds quite a lot. It's a fun movie, a movie that I can sit through and watch, not fully engrossed the whole way through like a movie I love, but I'm never mad at it. But there are just parts where I'm just a little less interested. So let's break down why. At its core, it's a pretty generic plot. It's a revenge action movie, which, we've seen. But what sets this apart is that it actually attempts some themes and drama. A lot of times action movies will completely disregard those aspects of the writing and just strictly stick to the plot and the action. But this actually tries. Themes-wise, it's very much a movie about classism and abuse of power, oppressors and oppressed. For a theme to actually been seen all the way through, I really am looking for the movie to explore the causes of the issue and also suggest solutions. So classism and abuse of power, those are important topics, of course, but this movie doesn't really get into the causes and the solutions. The causes, it gets into the causes a bit. I think it could do it more. The solutions, on the other hand, I feel like this movie really doesn't really offer many solutions to these problems, not real world solutions. So I would say it's kind of halfway there on the themes front. On the drama front, I also feel that it's a bit incomplete. The protagonist has motivation, but that motivation becomes a bit repetitive. It's a good motivator. It's something relatable and something that viewers will care about, but it just keeps going back to that same motivator. And I started to feel like, okay, I got it. We don't need to keep seeing this. And it also feels a bit simplistic because it is just this one turning point in his life. And he, as a character, starts to feel one note, and that's really all he ever is. We don't see many sides of this character. It's not complex, and that definitely affects the acting. Patel does great. He elevated the material as an actor. He has outbursts, moments of vulnerability. He's yelling, and then he's crying. There's physicality, of course. I mean, a lot of fights, so there's a lot of choreography, a lot of stunts. But unfortunately, because his character is so one note, his acting is really confined. It's kind of like he's on a leash as an actor. He gives it some range, but there's only so much range he can give a character like this. Back to the script, it definitely sets his character up, maybe a little too much. They really take their time making you care about this character before we get into the fights, which is good because the fights actually have weight to them. There's tension, and the payoff is very patient. That really helps it feel more satisfying. There's setup and then payoff immediately afterwards. It's less satisfying, but if you do the setup, take the steps to get there, and then pay it off, it's much more satisfying. There are fable parallels. The movie starts with a fable. I mean, the title, Monkey Man, is referencing a fable. And there's representation, of course. The movie's set in India. It's always nice to see a movie showing a group of people that we don't get to see on screen as much. I think that's always a positive, just naturally because of that. I'm learning a little more because I'm seeing a different side of the planet. Back to some things I'm less positive about. I do think some characters are unnecessary. The dialogue is kind of middling. The humor is a bit overshadowed. It's not that the humor is bad, but because the movie just has a strong, somber tone, it just kind of comes and goes without it even registering with the viewer. So yeah, Monkey Man, from like an emotional drama story perspective, provides the necessary ingredients. It's all there, but it's lacking the complexity and cohesion to really make it all elevate to a higher level. It's good, but I cannot say it's great, which again, I feel bad saying because I do like this movie and I do like the effort put into it. I have to call it like I see it. Technically, Monkey Man is more successful. It's a good blend of scrappy and stylish. It still does have its flaws on this front too, but those flaws are more minor. So scrappy and stylish is a really interesting combination. It feels grounded and gritty, but also got flashy stylishness to it, and I think it succeeds in bringing those two different kind of styles together and finding a happy medium. So the cinematography has a lot of framing, a lot of like close-ups. There's a lot of movement, keeping up with the action. action or creating action through the camera movement. The lighting is very stylish. There's a lot of focus, a lot of angles, and the shaky cam does get a bit excessive. It does kind of distract and make the action harder to see, but the cinematography is good. The editing is kind of mixed. On small individual moments, it really is quite energetic. There's a lot of inserts, there's action, there's montages and flashbacks, dream sequences, slow-mo, superimposition, there's match cuts, pacing shifts where it slows down for a while and speeds up. So that's all great. I love that. Very proactive in that way. But on a macro level, on a big picture level, I think the movie kind of stumbles a bit editing wise. The momentum really sags in the middle third. The structure is a little uneven where they spend a long time setting something up. Or maybe the action isn't too long, but I did find the first full-blown action sequence a bit tiresome. It was like one fight into another fight into another fight. It's like, okay, I need a cool down. I hate to say it because, again, I like the editing on a micro level, but I can't deny that the momentum is a bit hit and miss. It takes a while to get going. It gets going, loses steam for a while, and then gets going again, and then it's fun again. That's kind of spotty. The sound is very dense. It really is proactive, a lot like the editing, but unlike the editing, I don't think it really has much negative you can say about it. There's a lot of split cuts, risers. There are match cuts with sound, where a sound at the end of a cut matches a similar sound of the next cut coming in. Two sounds kind of blend together. There's combat, of course, and some violence. There's a lot of distortions, which are emotionally motivated, psychologically motivated, like ringing and emphasis and feedback and warping and echoes. They're all conveying how the character feels. There are smash cuts, and there's some intimacy where you're hearing him breathing, that his breathing is very emphasized. So it's very subjective. The music is stylish too. It's modern, regional. There's a lot of atmosphere. There's some juxtaposition, which is always fun. It really accentuates the drama when you do that. There's restraint. One of the final confrontations, there's no music at all. So you're just focused on the fight. There's timing where the music kind of cuts out at a key moment, and it's eclectic. There's a lot of different kinds of needle drops, like hip hop, and then there's like metal. It works. The production design has culture to it. It's set in India. You really get a feel for what it's like to live in this area. There's classism. There are colors that are pretty symbolic. A lot of red, which could, mean passion or violence or maybe love. The cast has regional fame, maybe not on a global scale. I don't think anyone around the globe really knows anyone in this movie besides Dev Patel, but there's representation, which is always a positive. I do want to add that I think Patel is almost kind of against type here. I don't know if Dev Patel is someone that people saw as an action hero, but he made it work. It's a good fit. That's always fun to see an actor who do something new and it really work. The effects have a lot of stunts. The stunts are the driving force of the effects. I don't know if there's anything next level, but they're really, really good. There's makeup, injury makeup, like bruises and black eyes and blood. There's violence, and there's some CGI touches here and there. Nothing overbearing. So, all in all, I would say that Monkey Man is flawed, but positive. I liked it. I definitely wouldn't turn anyone away, but I don't think it's quite a must-watch, unfortunately, but it's a good movie. So yeah, I guess that's all I have to say. If you like what I'm doing here, please feel free to like and subscribe, leave a comment. I also have an Instagram linked in the description. I have more content there, a lot more content there. Please feel free to support me there as well. I appreciate it. At the very least, thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.